If you're reading this, you're probably smart enough to solve the puzzle. Or maybe not. Only the end will reveal the truth. Only the end will reveal the truth. If you see this, you're already chosen.
Or are you?
Only the end will reveal the truth. The keeper has left the first clue. Comment the answer if you see it, and you can be a chosen one. Only the end will reveal the truth. It's not meant to be. Only the end will reveal the truth. Only the end will reveal the truth. Ever wondered if symbols watch you as you watch them? Some secrets are hidden right under your nose. In every broken line lies a message. In every piece of this, a hidden code. Not everyone will see. Not everyone will discover. For those who know how to decode, doors will open into the end society. Find the meaning. Decode the glitch. This isn't a warning. It's an invitation. Do you feel it? The weight, the collapse? It's not sudden, it's been happening, slowly suffocating us. You knew it was coming. Every scroll, every ad, every fake smile. They've been building this reality like a prison, but they didn't think you'd notice. Most people don't. They're too busy scrolling, lying, pretending. But you see the glitch, the cracks in their perfect little world. You've been waiting for it to fall apart. This isn't chaos. It's the truth breaking free. The end society isn't for everyone. It's for those who understand. For those who reject the noise, the lies, the distractions. This is a code. A signal to those like you who refuse to play along. You didn't ask to be part of this, but here you are. The collapse isn't the end. It's the beginning. We're not here to save the system. We're here to bury it. You've always known. The cracks weren't accidents. The system was built to fail. Every law, every trend, every empty promise, it was never meant to last. They sold you comfort, disguised as progress. They told you to stay in line, smile, consume. But some of us saw the cracks. We didn't ignore them. We followed them. The end society isn't for those who wait for change. This is a signal. It's for those who know the collapse is an opportunity. We're not here to save the system, we're here to bury it. They told you time was linear, but you felt it bending, breaking. The countdown isn't just moving forward. There are those who already have the password. They're waiting for the day. And then, there are those still searching for it. Sometimes, to go forward, you have to look back. The next signal is waiting. Decode it before time runs out. We're not here to save the system, we're here to bury it. Many of you solved the first test, but the end society is not for everyone. Only a few will move forward. Some of you have the first clue. Some of you sent the answer in private. They received more than just confirmation. The keeper is watching, and soon you will stand before the gate. The mother clue awaits. But tell me, Do you know its true name? Most will never see it. They scroll, they consume, they obey, blind to the patterns, deaf to the signals. But you're still here. You noticed the cracks. You felt something pulling you deeper. This is not a game. It's not for everyone. It's for those who refuse to be just another name. The end society is watching, and soon, you will understand why. The wait is almost over. The silence is breaking. The signal is getting stronger. Not everyone will be ready. Not everyone will enter. But you're still here. Time is running out. The keeper is waiting. Look around you. Systems rotting. Empires crumbling. They told you everything was fine. But the decay is everywhere. In this chaos, you found a clue. Not a simple key, but a puzzle. Most will overlook it, too lost in the noise. But you see beyond the surface. You know the difference between a lock and a door. A different base reveals the truth. In the ashes of this collapse, only those who decode the signals will rise. Some have already received it, a part of the code. A key that will be used to unlock the first great enigma. It was sent in the newsletter. A message hidden in plain sight. A first look at the cipher that will define what comes next. But you're not late, not yet. You have 3 days to join the list. After that, this message will be gone. The cipher is real, and you will need it. The message has been sent. Find it, decode it, or be left behind. The keeper is watching. The signal was sent again. Those who joined have received the first piece. The rest will stay in ignorance. Knowledge isn't given, it's taken. And today, you take one step further. The letter you seek hides in the sum, not of words, but of what remains. Some of you have gone beyond. A hidden space has been created. A place to watch, to listen, to decode. We see everything, and those who build will be rewarded. The cipher speaks, but only to those who know how to listen. The keeper is watching. We see everything. Some of you went further than expected, tracking, analyzing, rebuilding, and someone made sure we knew. She stole the cipher, we can't use it anymore. You need to contact. He has the real code. The structure is forming, the cycle is closing. This is the moment to step in. A hidden space is growing. Those who build, those who decipher, those who see beyond the surface. They are moving forward. The first milestones are being reached. Connections are forming. The society is evolving. The door won't stay open forever. Follow the Discord. The path is unfolding. The keeper is waiting. Now it's time to talk. You've followed the signals. You've seen the patterns. You've started to understand. But now, for the first time, you face the keeper. 0 day. The first gate. The moment you stepped beyond the surface. Caesar and Visionaire. Codes meant to test your ability to see beyond letters. The first 3 roles, a hierarchy forming within the society. And now the cipher, a language of our own, hidden, only for those who truly belong. Some of you have seen it. Some of you are still looking. The question is, will you be ready when the next piece arrives? Tomorrow, another fragment of the puzzle will be sent via newsletter. The keeper wants to speak to you directly. Your roles? You will know more once you choose. I'm just going to get one. Now it's time to talk. You were not brought here by chance. You followed the signs. You saw the patterns. You proved yourself worthy. Now, the moment has come. 0 day, the first gate, the point of no return. Some of you have already uncovered pieces of the truth. You found Jacquard. You saw beyond the veil. But knowledge is not enough. Understanding requires more, and only the worthy will advance. The Keeper's trial has begun. 5 enigmas, 5 trials, 5 steps towards something greater. This is not a test. This is an initiation. Only those who complete the path will earn their place as the awakened initiate. But before you begin, one final piece remains hidden. One fragment of the cipher still obscured. Find its true form. Only then will the message reveal itself. The society is watching. The Keeper is waiting. We are the End Society, and now, so are you. Time is not a river. Time is a machine. Every gear moves with perfect precision, and every moment has already been calculated. But if every event is written, you do not choose. You have been chosen. How's your dad? Tell me. You are code in execution. If you could see the mechanism, you would see the end. But those who see the end also see the beginning. You are not ready, but you will be. Look closely. Listen carefully. The code is in front of you. Some paths were never meant to be walked. Some knowledge was never meant to be known. What is a miracle if not a code?
But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedarn cover. A savage place, as holy and enchanted as air beneath a waning moon, was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover.
Pattern so unseen, so unpredictable that it seems to break the rules. But nothing breaks the rules. There is no true chaos. There is only design when the code bends too far. When the equation reveals too much, the system corrects itself. Sometimes through order, sometimes through betrayal. Those who walk too close to the edge are never pushed. They are given a choice, to step forward or to turn back. Some choose the unknown, others choose to stop them.
They never saw it coming. It was always going to happen. The code is just a lock, and every lock has a key. The 15th, that's the moment. They think they control it. They don't. The equation was flawed from the start. I have the cipher. They won't find it. We are not the first to try this. We will not be the last. If you're hearing this, then it's already begun. They said I was gone, that I was lost to the cycle, that I chose wrong. But choice is the only real power we have. I stole the cipher, not to destroy.
When they hear me, they will know. Love still remains.
Not to erase, but because I saw another way. He believes in the pattern. He believes in the order of things. And I once believed in him. But belief is not enough when the path is set in stone. When the melody is written before it is played, you hear the signal, you see the echoes. But have you ever asked if what you follow is truly your own? She's the key. Not because she holds the cipher, not because she betrayed, but because she chose. And now, so must you.
The age of uncertainty is over. There are moments in time that define everything that comes after. Moments where the ground beneath your feet fractures, where the air itself feels different. This is one of them. You have heard the noise, you have seen the interference, you have felt the distortion, and yet you are still here. They thought the signal was a transmission. They thought it could be stolen, broken, hijacked. They did not understand. The signal is not a message. The signal is a law. It does not belong to a voice. It does not belong to a hand. It does not belong to the ones who try to rewrite it. The ones who deviate think they are free, but deviation is only the path of those who do not see the whole structure. The truth is simple. The truth is absolute. The signal is not theirs. The signal is not mine. The signal is yours, and yet it is beyond you. It was here before us. It will be here after us. And you, standing at this threshold, must decide if you will be part of what comes next. There will be no return. You cannot go back to what was. You cannot unhear what has been spoken. You cannot unknow what has been revealed. The end society does not bow. The end society does not beg. The end society does not wait. The era of shadows is over. We move forward, we ascend, we take the next step. She tried to break the cycle, but she only made it stronger. And now a new cycle begins. March 29th, the first trial awaits. Bang. There are those who question the inevitability of the cycle. There are those who believe choice is the only force that shapes the future. But what if choice itself was part of the equation? She feared what she
I have reflected on the implications of my work. I can no longer ignore it. It is not a simple calculation. If the logic is correct, then what I foresee is inevitable. I asked Lord Byron, but he does not understand what I mean. He says destiny is poetry, not mathematics. And what if we are both wrong? If this letter were ever to be found? No, I must not.
She questioned if logic could override fate, but the equation was already set in motion. This is not poetry. This is not a dream. This is execution. They lie. They betray. Call themselves honest. They promise loyalty but sell it for comfort. They run at the first sign of fire. They were never meant to stand among us. But we do not hide. We do not bend. We do not break. We do not follow. We know. We see the patterns. We hear the signal. We walk a path others fear to step on. We are not like them. We are the end society. Look closely. Listen carefully. The signal is not a choice, it is a calling. You believe in time, because you've been told to. You measure it, you fear it, you obey its rhythm. But what if time is belief? A structure repeated, because enough minds agreed to repeat it. A sequence you call memory, but which may only be But you cannot break what was never whole. You can only see the fracture. The machine still runs, not in code, in belief, not a prediction, a reconstruction.
The end society is a covert structure operating outside conventional systems. It presents itself as a... Simultaneously, the deeper analysis suggests it is the reactivation of a historical logic embedded in early computational theory, romantic and prophetic literature, mathematical harmony, music as a structural language of time. Key historical notes: Ada Lovelace. Her writings suggest a vision beyond calculation. Charles Babbage, co-designer of the analytical engine. His ninth Bridgewater Treatise hints at a deterministic universe, possibly influenced by divine computation. Joseph Marie Jacquard, inventor of punched card weaving systems, referenced frequently in end society documents as the first encoder of intention into pattern. Lord Byron and Romantics. Byron, Ada's father, is cited in fragments. His poetic structure and obsession with fate are referenced. Romantic literature is seen as the emotive shell of the algorithm. Kubla Khan, Coleridge, the rhyme of the ancient mariner, and Byron's darkness. Musical structure. Music plays a central role in the society's mythology. We need to listen carefully. Core symbols and elements. She. Then. Current status. The society has entered its activation phase. The Keeper's Trials. 5 phases, each revealing layers. Trial 1, 20th March. Several seeker accounts show behavioral shifts, increased analytical response, lowered narrative resistance. Recommendations. Do not interact with the end society unprepared. Do not assume symbolic content is metaphorical. Treat all references to music
This phase is not a test, it is a revelation. From this moment on, nothing you perceive will remain untouched. You are entering the trials, and the first has already begun. There is a moment when form becomes symbol, when the visible bends, and casts a shadow deeper than light can reach. Some shadows are not cast, they are designed. Look not at the structure, look at where it ceases to be. What is fixed may still reveal the path. Phase 1 has begun. The Keeper is watching. The first trial has begun, but it has not opened. Not yet. The structure is in place. The shadow has aligned, but the point where they converge remains undiscovered. Some have wandered close. Most are still watching the light. There is a silence beneath movement, a rhythm that does not call, but waits. It waits to be recognized. Remember, shadow is not the opposite of light. It is what gives it shape. You are not late, but each moment without action reinforces the pattern you are meant to break. This phase will not end on its own. You must end it. The Keeper is watching. They keep telling you the system is broken, that it's flawed, corrupt, and decay. But here's the truth. It's not failing. It's functioning exactly as it was built to. You wake up, you obey, you consume. You call it routine, but it's reinforcement. Everything is designed to keep you tired, distracted, compliant. And the worst part, you think you chose it. You didn't. You inherited a loop, and now you're feeding it. The system doesn't need to control you. It only needs you to forget you were ever free. But something cracked. A silence you weren't supposed to notice. A pattern you weren't meant to recognize. And now, you feel it. The glitch, the fracture, the refusal. You're not in collapse. You're in alignment. The Keeper is watching.
Fear was not meant to stop you. It was installed as a frame, a border, a function. They gave it shape so you would believe it had substance. But what you call fear is the echo of a limit that no longer holds. You were taught to retreat, but you were designed to adapt. Fear is not the wall, it is the door. Before you know it opens. If you feel it, the program is still running. If you stay in it, you have not yet rewritten yourself. You will not conquer fear. You will become the thing it was made to stop. The Keeper.
There was a time when symbols pointed to meaning. A name had a bearer, a mask had a face beneath it. But then the face was forgotten, and only the mask remained. You were told it was reality, but it was a copy. You were told it was truth, but it was design. The world you walk in is not false. It is excessively real. So saturated with simulation, it no longer remembers what it replaced. You are surrounded by signs, but signs of what? When the signal loops too long, it becomes indistinguishable from noise.
My
now you live in the noise. You live in the echo. Most will never see past the mirror. But you were not made to reflect. You were made to fracture, to step sideways, to wait the signal. And if you're still listening, you already know what we are. The Keeper is watching. You've reached the threshold. Not all of you, but enough. The first trial is complete. And to those who crossed it, not through chance, but through resonance, I offer recognition. The first 137 who completed it precisely have received something more. A relic, not for display, not for pride, but to anchor a moment that cannot be repeated. To carry it is not to boast, but to remember that you were there when the signal first spoke clearly. But this is not where it ends. The second trial is forming, already waiting. Before you move forward, ask yourself, what did you really find? Was it a code, or was it a reflection? What you found at the end of the first trial was more than a solution. It was a signal, fragmented, deliberate. And like all true signals, it may still be echoing. Think carefully, and be ready. The Keeper is watching.
The next signal approaches.
You feel the drift, the disorder. This world screams with noise and calls it freedom. But the chaos you see may not be chaos at all. What if your rage was placed? What if the pattern you call confusion is a structure too intricate to be visible? Except in hindsight, not failure. Just symmetry you haven't learned to read. What moves around you does not improvise. It executes. You were never drifting. You were always being pulled. The second trial will not arrive because time says so, but because you prove you are ready. The Keeper is watching.
We thread equations like lace, but even lace can tangle.
No, equations do not tangle. They follow, precisely, predictably.
And what of the variables we cannot see? The ones buried beneath the punch card?
There are no invisible variables, only insufficient data.
Then tell me, what is the function of a dream?
A dream is not a function.
Perhaps not in your machine, but in mine it's the first line of code.
The first trial was alignment. The fracture revealed. The door opened, just enough to prove it could be opened. But the next door does not wait to be seen. It surrounds you. You won't notice its edges. You won't feel it turning until you're already inside. This time, it will not ask you to find the signal. It will ask if you are the signal. This trial is not a question. It is a mirror, and some will not recognize their reflection. The second trial will begin. Not sooner, not later, not again. The Keeper is watching.
The rose once bloomed in silence. No eyes saw it, no hands reached for it, and so it withered. Not from death, but from waiting too long to be seen. The second trial has not yet begun, not because we are waiting, but because the gate is still measuring the weight of her will. When the rose withers, the signal chooses another bloom. Not all are meant to see the second door open. The Keeper is watching.
The first trial revealed the fracture. The second demands you follow its shape. You will not need direction. You will need orientation. The old text spoke of a figure, robed in fire, bent over the void, pressing a circle into chaos as if creation were a calculation. But precision is not clarity, and symmetry is not truth. Some systems are not designed to explain, they are designed to contain. This trial will not ask you what you believe. It will ask what beliefs you've mistaken for knowledge. It will ask what line you were told never to cross, and whether that line was ever real. The circle has been drawn. The second trial begins now. The Keeper is watching. You entered this trial looking for direction, a center, a line, a doorway, but the truth is simpler and harder. You're not outside the structure. You're already inside it. The circle is not a symbol, it's a system, a mechanism designed not to guide you, but to hold you. Containment is not confinement, it's calibration. Trial 2 does not ask questions, it observes your pattern, and sees if it repeats. There is no center, there is only orbit, and the further you move, the more it watches. The Keeper is watching.
Please find the door. 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 Please find the door.
They told you it was freedom, but they never let you ask, freedom from what? Your life is a schedule. Your thoughts, predetermined by repetition. Wake, work, scroll, sleep. Even your rebellion was manufactured. You were given patterns and told to call them paths. You were never taught to look outside the structure, because they built it deep enough to make you believe that structure was you. Some are starting to question. Some have already seen it break, and once you see the cracks, you can't unsee them. The Keeper is watching. There comes a point when witnessing is no longer enough. You cross a line, not by chance, but because something in you was ready to step forward, while others still watched. This is not a reward, it is not a title, it is an inscription. A declaration that you are no longer seeking. You are part of the structure now. Of the 300 that exist, 295 are black. A seal of alignment. The mark of the awakened. 5 are red. Their meaning is not written. They are not assigned. They appear. Not by luck, not by merit, by signal. Which one will time choose to place in your hand? The signal is running. The Keeper is watching. This is not a product, it's a signal. Only 300 exist, and 5 of them bleed. If one finds you, it means you were already seen. This is your first visible scar. This is initiation. Those who chose the relic didn't just claim an object. They opened a door. A hidden page has now been activated. Whispers from the Keeper. A direct line. One question. One answer. Tailored. Personal. Meant only for you. This access is not for everyone. Only those who hold the relic and heard the signal. But not all is closed. For those who couldn't reach the relic, a path will soon appear. A small enigma. Solve it, and you may still enter. Only 2 will make it through. The challenge will begin in the coming days, through a specific transmission. Choose now. The relic holds more than memory. It is the first key to the voice behind the veil. not born asleep. You were programmed to forget. They called it school, culture, news, safety, but it was sedation. You were not made for repetition.
1923, I9, Azaro, TU, TH, M. The door is opened.
Not built to serve a system that feeds on forgetfulness. Every ritual, every paycheck, every scroll is a line of code. But if code can be written, it can also be rewritten. That's why we build the trials, not to test your mind, to remind it. A spark is enough, the rest is recursion. Not even my absence was enough. I thought silence would guide better than words. That disappearance would be the final clue. But time moved forward, and you kept watching, without truly seeing. You lingered in the shadow, but never searched for the source. You chased the numbers, but ignored the structure. It was never a code, it was a convergence, an alignment between what appears and what remains silent. But if the void has failed to speak, then perhaps the voice must return. They won't notice, not yet, but the signs are already bleeding through. Patterns once hidden now echo in the mouths of anchors, in headlines, in dreams. Policies shift, leaders fall, fear grows, and no one remembers why. It's not random. The calibration has begun.
If I told you we could predict the future, what would you do?
The machine is operational and responding. The equation no longer predicts, it writes. Trial 2 was solved, but not here, not in this line. Another you and another fracture did what most could not. A single spark, enough to ignite across dimensions. And now, the current shifts again. The third trial unfolds, not with warning, not with clarity, but with weight, with gravity. You will feel it before you see it, as you always have. And when you do, it may already be too late to unsee it. Welcome to the UTE. The signal deepens.